I think it's a great gift year round because tons of like friends and others, you know, when they have babies as baby shower gifts or whatnot. I know, just bear with me here. I know it sounds kind of weird to give someone the gift of a thermometer for the holidays, but my niece Sloan, who's 8 going on 9, is just getting over the stomach flu. A guy that was at my house today has the most rotten cold ever, and he's been laid up for 2 days. Many of you may have the sniffles and the scratchy and the hot and the sweaty, and you can't figure out if it's allergies or you've got something going around, which, by the way, if you watch the news, it's getting worse by the day with the stuff that's going around. And then, of course, if you're a grandparent and the grandbabies ever come over to stay with you, or the holidays and you're hosting and then someone's there and they get sick, this is the whole newfangled way to take somebody's temperature. Take it away.
You know what? The new way to take someone's temperature is by not touching them at all, which is a great way. So the only thing you have to do is just be about 2 inches from someone's forehead. There's a button right here. It's nice and it's gray, easy to find. Point and click, and it's going to tell you your temperature. So I'm 97.7 degrees, and if you notice, it's backlit green. If I was to have a temperature, it would backlight red, and if I was in the danger zone, it would backlight yellow. But I can also take the temperature of the air around me. So right now it's 71.4 degrees. And I can also take surface temperature. So I'm going to take this coffee right here. There we go. Oh, it's hot. It is over 120 degrees. See how it backlit red? But you know what the great thing about it is? That if you're going to be sharing this with other people, you're not going to be cross-contaminating, and we know how important that is right now.
Yeah, it's just the coolest thing. Actually, Veratemp, it's called a non-contact thermometer. It's clinically accurate. This is a while supplies last price. It's under $30, obviously should be more, comes with the 2 AAA batteries and the little storage bag. I own this in my own house, and though I'm hardly ever sick, you and I last year were presenting this so much.
My gosh,
and it was so fun to take your temperature. Plus, you take the temperature of also stationary objects, the room temperature, the bath water temperature. You take the temperature of things other than just people, and it's so easy, and it never has to touch the actual thing.
It's so important because the other thing is when you're not touching somebody, if the person that you're taking care of is sick, like a child or maybe an elderly parent, you're not waking them up. Yeah. And I like the fact that the screen is so large that I don't even have to put my glasses on to be able to read it. And really, even if you didn't, couldn't even see those huge numbers, you could tell if the person had a fever or not. If it's backlit green, they're healthy. If it's yellow, they're in the danger zone. And if it's red, then they really have a fever. You can also choose to read the temperatures through Celsius or Fahrenheit. And I love the fact that it's going to record 32 temperature readings. Because I have 3 little kids, and I'll tell you what, Sean, when one gets sick, they all get sick. And I love it when the doctor says to me, well, or the nurse, what was the last 5 temperatures? I'm like, are you kidding me? I have like 3 kids throwing up. What do you mean? I don't remember. So it's
Let
a
me
good tool.
consult my book of notes that in all my free time,
But you can take this with you to the doctor and say, listen, this is what's going on. You know? But the traditional ways, this is so much better because you're not getting saliva, you're not putting it anywhere that's uncomfortable, you don't have to use, pieces of plastic. Even with the ear thermometer, that used to break my heart because a lot of times when people do have a temperature, or children, they have an earache. So I used to always feel really bad when I used to have to put something in my child's ear because they had an earache.
We're super busy on the phone lines, like super. It's while supplies last, meaning for this limited period of time in the inventory that we have in this particular item, you're getting it for under $30 when obviously the QVC price is $36 and no doubt retail is well above $40. Veratemp is a clinically accurate, no contact, never touches the person or the thing. Instant read thermometer, has memory, takes temperature in Celsius or Fahrenheit. Also, obviously, as we've been saying, takes temperature of not only human beings, but of objects, of room temperature, of bath water, of beverages. 1,800 of these ordered. I just think it's a spectacular thing to have in the house this time of year. Everyone's talking about getting their flu shot. Everyone's getting sick. And I also will just say too, with the younger set, not having to wake them up. Not having to put it foreign, scary places that makes the whole thing of not feeling well even worse. I think this thing is awesome.
And you know what, Sean? It comes with the 2 batteries, and I love that because when you get it home, you have it. And I hope you don't need it right now, but it's good to have just in case you do need it. And a lot of people, you know, nowadays if you're a grandmom, you know, and you have more than one grandchild, if somebody's really sick and you take their temperature and this goes in their mouth, you don't really know the next time you're taking it if it's clean or not. This is just a better, safer way of doing things. I mean, you're not touching the person, you're not cross-contaminating. And I tell you, I couldn't live without it. I absolutely love this. I have it in my house. And it's not just for caretakers. If you live by yourself, you need to know if you're sick or not. You know?
It's one of those things, as you look at your screen, you know, tell everybody just really quick, Janine, because I know Veratemp, this is the same technology, if not the same brand, if I'm not mistaken, that's used in the UK, right, in their hospitals and in their clinics.
They've been using them for years, and we just started to get this technology over here and be able to make it available. But I'll tell you what, this is just, it's unbelievable. This is something that you want to get before you need it.
How do we take it accurately? Like how far from the head or the object or the thing?
It's easy peasy. And if you know me, I'm not a rocket scientist, so it's easy. You just want to be about 2 inches from your head.
Okay.
Or
two fingers.
The person that you're taking. You want to have your hair clear.
Yeah.
And just literally point and shoot. This gray button is very easy to find. So as you can see. So you can certainly use Celsius or Fahrenheit. This mode button is you can take the room temperature. You can take the surface temperature. I'm going to bring it down here and take this coffee. Or you can take body temperature. Now see how that backlit red? Because that's hot. So if you have a fever, it's going to backlight red.
3,500 ordered. You know, I have, well, until we moved, and then that's a really good excuse to just purge a lot of things that you've been hanging on to. For the longest time, I had one of these digital thermometers, but I never kept the directions because, like, the thermometer comes in the cute little case, but then the directions are these awkward, bulky, and who's going to keep that, right? So I never knew after I got it out of the case for maybe the first use, and then threw the directions away, how to use it, right? So that's the digital. The mercury inside the old school one, God bless our mothers and grandmothers, right? I mean, back in the day when all they had was horse and buggy and candlelight, I mean, it worked for them, but come on now. Who really knows? I mean, if you had to, you can figure this out, but it's not necessarily clinically accurate, and it's very, I think maybe I'm just not so smart, difficult to quite figure out. Digital is the way to go. Clinically accurate is what you want, and Veratemp is the brand actually outside this country used in hospitals and doctors' offices. So we're proud of this item. It's a while supplies last. We've sold almost 100,000 of them. Comes with the batteries out of the box. Get ready for flu season. I'm sorry, but it's here. And we invite you in to get yours home so that you guys are feeling good, or even if you're going to gift it, guys, come on. Cool little stocking stuffer for the big person on your list.
For everyone. Thank you. Stay healthy,
Stay
everyone.
healthy.
Stay healthy.
All right, I'm going this way.
Bye, Sean.
Vionic. You're going to take this with you.